Ready to go? Welcome to Racing Review. My name is Arvo Demerjian. I'm the editor of Whipsarecracking. On my left we have Suman Hedge, who's from Iskander Racing. On my right I have form analyst Matthew Zametz. We're here to discuss the weekend's racing and our thoughts on it. I guess we could start Moonee Valley's races yesterday with the running of the Manikato Stakes. The winner being 13SEP08, who travelled wide throughout the race outside the lead and thought on extremely well to prevail. Absolute Glam ran second in the race, probably a little bit unlucky. She was blocked for a run at a vital stage, and Capiro, a very courageous third after trying to lead throughout, the 1200 probably telling towards the end. You guys got any thoughts on this race?
Yeah, look, my thoughts were certainly that this race was never going to be a memorable renewal of the Manikato. It probably looked more like a Goodwood than a Manikato Stakes. There wasn't any dominant horses there normally is each year. Agree with you, Arvo. Absolute Glam was certainly unlucky in the run. Probably deserved to win the race, and I thought Red Elements probably revealed himself as a touch overrated. I think Hayes had him down during the week as Australia's next superstar sprinter, but he looked a bit short of that after Saturday.
I'd have to agree.
I thought it was, as Matt said, lacked a little bit of class and depth, the race. Also agree that Absolute Glam was, very unlucky to be beaten. But having said that, 13SEP08, I think he's a much underrated sprinter. He's now a dual Group 1 winner, and I think that he's a very tough horse, and it was good to see him win over 1200 metres. I think most of us had a query as to whether the horse could run out a strong 6, and he proved that. I think that it was, again, a timely win for Timmy Martin. He's just amazing trainer. He always just seems to come up with a nice horse. When people start writing him off, he'll come up with another good one, and he certainly got one here. So a fine effort. Of the Beaten Brigade, the horses I want to focus on are Pillar of Hercules and All American. Pillar of Hercules, I was discussing with Matt before the race. We were a little bit surprised that he was in this race. It looked like it was going to be a bit too sharp for him.
Do you like the horse?
Well, I think he was a horse that showed enormous potential early on.
It was during EI though.
During EI.
There's not a lot of form come out of the races he contested early on that spring.
Yeah, but Peter Moody's a trainer I've got enormous respect for, and he's always had a huge opinion of the horse before all the controversy. Look, I'm not suggesting that the horse is going to be a superstar, but I think he'll come away with a nice race during the spring. He finished the race off quite nicely. And the other horse, All American, he's a much hyped individual. His effort I thought was fair. He got to the line quite strongly. He's a very big, gawky individual, and I don't think Moonee Valley would be his track. I think when that horse gets over a mile over Flemington and beyond, he'll start to show some good form.
Yeah, I've got some mail about that horse too, All American. Apparently being a colt, not helping him at all, but being a valuable horse that he is, I don't think they're going to gild him anytime soon. But I think that's playing against him in a way.
I think the only one we've missed there, boys, is probably Shadoways.
Yeah, good run.
Really strongly on the
Terrific
inside
effort.
there.
Yeah.
Bit of a gunner though.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he won a Goodwood.
Yeah, he was a horse that I followed for a while. Their big booming finish, particularly good on around the Caulfield track, and lost his way a bit after. I think he had a very good placing in the Salinger, I think it was, or the.
Yeah, no, he's always been around the mark, but as you said,
he might,
this isn't a classic Group 1 Manikato Stakes, and don't want to take anything away from 13SEP08 or any of the place getters, but. This was his race. I think he was going to win a Group 1 1200 metre race. The only other question mark I've got now, what Tim Martin does with his horse, because this is his second Group 1 win. I don't know how many other weight for age races there are for him over these distances during the spring. I think the straight races. Yeah, but they're no longer weight. That's a handicap race. So what sort of weights are you going to get in those sort of races?
That's a valid point. I think having listened to him yesterday, he said he was going to give the horse about a month off, and he's going to progress through those races.
It's a Picky's race though, doesn't he?
Look,
in handicap races, he's going to be weighted probably out of him now in Melbourne because we haven't got a strong group.
No, that's a valid call.
Yeah, I think the horse has done very